Hello students, welcome to physics class. Students, you have already completed 3 chapters in your physics book. Chapter 1 Matter, Chapter 2 Physical Quantities and Measurement, and Chapter 3 Force. So now it's time for revision. Today we shall revise Chapter 1 and solve some questions regarding this chapter. So let's start. In this chapter, we learned anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Matter consists of extremely small particles like atoms and molecules. It exists in 3 states. They are solid, liquid and gas. Solids have a fixed shape and volume. Liquids don't have a fixed shape but they have a fixed volume. And what about gases? Gases don't have a fixed shape or fixed volume. Particles in solid are tightly bound together by strong attractive forces. In liquids, the force binding the particles are not strong as in solids. In gases, the forces of attraction between particles are almost negligible. So that's all we learned in this chapter. Now let's solve the exercise questions. This is the exercise question of chapter 1. So let's first solve the section 1 short questions. First, name the following. Number 1. Anything that has mass and occupies space. We all know this is matter. Number 2. The 3 states of matter. So the 3 states of matter are solid, liquid and gas. Number 3. One example of a liquid. One example of a liquid is water. Number 4. The states of matter that does not have a fixed shape or fixed volume, and the answer is gas. Number 5. The state of matter that has limited movement of particles, and the answer is liquid. So, name the following completed. Coming to choose the correct option. The first one is a solid has, and here are given 4 options, and the right option is A, and the answer is a solid has a fixed shape and a fixed volume. Coming to number 2, a liquid has, option B, no fixed shape but a fixed volume. Coming to number 3, the reason why we are able to smell a leak from an LPG cylinder. Option B, because a gas spreads out to occupy space. Now number 4, if a sample of matter can't be compressed easily, then it must be number A, a solid or a liquid. And lastly, forces of attraction between particles are strongest in option A, solids. So choose the correct option also completed. Now coming to true, false and false the correct statement. Number 1 is matter exists in 2 states, solids and liquids. We all know this is a false statement. The true statement is matter exists in 3 states. They are solid, liquid and gas. Now coming to number 2. Particles in a solid are in fixed proportion. This is true. Number 3. Particles in a gas have limited space to move. This is false. The answer is particles in a liquid have limited space to move. Now number 4. Liquids can be far more easily compressed than a solid. This is also a false statement. The correct statement is liquids can be a little easily compressed than a solid. And number 5. Particles in a solid have a lot of space between them. This is also a false statement. The correct statement is particles in a solid have no space between them. Next, we have to fill the blanks choosing the correct option. Number 1. A dash is an example of a solid, brick or petrol. Here the answer is brick. Number 2. Dash is an example of a liquid. Options are hydrogen, kerosene. What is the answer? Yes, kerosene. Number 3. We can't hold a dash in our hand. Options are liquid or gas. The answer is gas. Number 4. The particles of a solid are packed loosely or tightly. The answer is tightly. And number 5. A dash has a fixed volume but no fixed shape. And the answer is liquid. Next, match the following. This is for you. Solve by yourself. And next, coming to section 2. We shall solve the A, B and C, D long answer questions. No need to do now. So let's solve. First one is give reasons for the following. First question. Particles in a solid can only vibrate in their place, and the answer is because the force of attraction between particles is strongest in a solid. This binds the particles together so closely that they can't move. Coming to the second question. A gas spreads out to occupy all available space because in gases the forces of attraction between particles are almost negligible. Now number 3. Liquids cannot be easily compressed because in liquids the forces of attraction between the particles are not as weak as those in gases. The particles are packed close together. Number 4. Gases can be compressed easily because the force of attraction between particles are almost negligible. So this was the reasons. Now coming to B, distinguish between the following: solids, liquids and gases. So the first point is shape. Solids have definite shape, liquid takes the shape of a container and gas has no definite shape. Next is volume. Solids have definite volume, liquid have also definite volume, but gas has no volume. Next, interparticle force of attraction. In solids, this is more than liquids and gases. In liquid, this is less than solid but more than gases. And in gas, this is less than solids and gases. Next point is interparticle shape. In solids, the particles are closely packed. In liquids, they are loosely packed compared to solids, and in gases, they are very loosely packed. Next, compressibility. Solids cannot be compressed. Liquids can be compressed a little, and gas can be easily compressed. And the last point is flow. Solids can't flow. Liquids can flow from a higher to a lower level, and gas can flow in every direction. So this was the difference between solids, liquid and gas. Next, solve the short answer question. First one is what is matter and what is it made of? The answer is anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter, and matter consists of extremely small particles of different kinds like atoms and molecules. Coming to number 2. Name the 3 states of matter, giving 2 examples of each. You all know what are the 3 states of matter. So the answer is the 3 states of matters are: first is solid, and its examples are stone, plastic bottle. Second is liquid, and example water, petrol, and the third is gas, for example oxygen and nitrogen. Number 3. Explain the arrangements of particles in a solid. And the answer is, in a solid, the force of attraction between particles is strongest. It binds the particles together so closely that they can't move but only vibrate in their place. The fixed shape and volume of a solid can be related to this tight arrangement of particles. So this was the arrangement of particles in a solid. Now coming to the last question, number 4. Why can liquids take the shape of any vessel they are poured into? We all know liquid has no fixed shape. So the answer is, as liquid has no fixed shape, that's why it can take the shape of any vessel they are poured in. So students, we have solved the exercise questions. That's all today. In our next class, we shall revise chapter 2, physical quantities and measurement. And your home task is to solve the section 1, chapter 2, section 1 short questions. You have to solve it by yourself. Chapter 2, physical quantities and measurements, section 1 is your home task.